Hello, Janice Sanborn here with eXp Realty. It's time for Java with Janice. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about waterfront properties. Like if you're thinking about buying waterfront property or selling it, there's just so many things to consider. It's mind-boggling actually. So I have a little checklist of things that you should think about if you're going to buy or sell your waterfront property. So first of all, if you were thinking about actually being on the coast, like the Gulf Coast or ocean or wherever, there's different flood zones. There's A flood zone, V flood zone. A is just like flooding, like there's certain flood levels that your structure has to be built above, and it can be on a foundation. But then if you're with a V, which is velocity, then it's a little, you have to have, your house has to be built on piles. Because otherwise, and then you have to have like flow through where the walls can break away in case there's a storm surge. So on that main level, you're not supposed to be living quarters or anything like that. So you really have to be careful. I mean, you have things to consider like, okay, the coastal construction, like I just said, how your house can be built. You have to think about, and this is just along waterways too, not just ocean, but mangrove. Are they going to obstruct your view? Can you get a permit to cut them down? Maybe they changed the base flood zone allotment or the height, or just change, I don't know, the FEMA's like changing stuff all the time, so things that used to be okay are not okay anymore. But as I said earlier, like maybe it's grandfathered in. So it's just when you buy a waterfront property, you just have to be very careful. I was just talking to somebody today. They have a waterfront house on Siesta Key, and they realized that they have to put in a seawall, which they didn't realize when they bought it. So that's a nice hefty expense to add to your house. So other things are like adjacent waters. So who owns the water? You could have your property, you think you have all this coastline or water frontage, and you don't even own it all. Somebody else could own it, or the state could own it, or things like that. So you have to find out about that. And then where docks are concerned, how deep is the water? Is a dock that's out there, is it maybe just a fishing pier, or you can only have jet skis and the water's not deep enough? Or is your water frontage not enough to be able to put the size of dock you want on there, or just a neighbor own it? So and then there's, say you go look at this house along the beach, and it's got this beautiful living room and theater room and all this stuff down on the main level, and then you see these little things like look like vents, and they're flow through. So I mean that means like could possibly be totally illegal to have living quarters or electronics and stuff down in that room. And there's all different things to look for. So say your air conditioner's like stuck way up here on the ceiling, not the ceiling, but by the ceiling, or your plumbing or electrical is way up there, and then you're like, so that means possibly the flood level is higher, so they have it down there and it's really not to code. But then again, maybe it's grandfathered in. So there's just so many things to think about. Another thing, like maybe if you buy a rehab, but there's a 50% rule saying you cannot update it if it's below the flood zone. You can't update it more than 50% of what the house is worth. So it's for the structure itself. But I mean, there are some ways to not get around it, but there's ways to work it, but you got to know what to do and how to do it. So it's always a good idea to look at prior building plans, or else definitely get an elevation certificate and a new one. Don't rely on an old one, because as I said, things change. Anyway, so if you are interested in too, I have a couple brochures here that I can send you, like what every waterfront property owner should know for environmental considerations, and then what you should know as far as FEMA is concerned. I can send that information to you if you would like. You can email me, janice.sanburn, JANICE.SANBURN @exprealty.com. So if you have any questions on waterfront homes, if you're looking for a waterfront home or selling it, it's just good to maybe get a professional opinion, or like I have an attorney that all they deal with is waterfront properties. Anyway, so if you have any questions about waterfront properties, you're thinking about it, feel free to call me at 941-702-4757, or in Missouri, because there's waterfront in Missouri too, 314-398-1676. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye.